So you set yourself a goal to wake up 30 minutes early this morning because you keep falling asleep in the evening trying to get your meditation practice in at the end of a busy day. And as you wake up in the morning to that unforgiving alarm, I'm Dan from Awareful. And this is a little video on the main reasons I have found why people tend not to stick with their meditation practice. Now, this is a two-part series, so please make sure you watch both of the videos, as it'll help you to make some decisions on whether to start, stop, rejuvenate, or trudge on with this amazing, potentially life-changing practice. So, you set yourself the goal the day before and you think, right, I'm going to get up in the morning, I'm going to put 30 minutes in, 5 a.m. I'm going to set my alarm, and you wake up to that unforgiving alarm reminding you it's 5 a.m. And the first thing that happens is the mind just tells you meditation isn't the antidote. Sleep is the antidote. Just close your eyes, everything will be okay. And then you start thinking, well, maybe I could do a lying down meditation this morning, a body scan, because you know you'll fall asleep. Or maybe let's start tomorrow, or a million other things that's going to try and keep you in that same routine without creating any sort of change. And you know this morning is all about wanting to change because your current routine is just not working. So you try and drag yourself out of bed, and then your kid manages to leave somehow one Lego block right next to your bed. You know it wasn't there the night before. Somehow they got up in the middle of the night and placed it right there next to your bed, just to test your mindfulness. And then you go to pick up your tracksuit pants or your zafu because you think, I know I left them there, but they're not there anymore. And so you're trying to feel around in the dark. Next thing you know, you've bumped into your partner and they erupt, asking, what the hell are you doing? And you're just saying, I'm just looking for my tracky dackies and my zafu. Have you seen them? No, of course I haven't seen them. Sorry, my love. I just trying to do a little bit of meditation this morning. And then eventually you begin to sit. You get your zafu and you get your tracksuit pants and you sit down. And then what feels like maybe 30 seconds, but it's probably a couple of minutes, you hear, Dad! And it's one of your kids. They've woken up and they're asking for breakfast. And so that's you up. In your thoughts, maybe tomorrow we try again, although we're left with that feeling of frustration that drags on with us into the rest of the day because you really wanted to spend that time practicing. And then as the day goes on, the ego kicks in, telling you that you can't stick to routines and you're this and you're terrible and you're useless. This web of lies the ego fills us with. Now, does this sound familiar? I'm sure it does. It certainly did for me and for a lot of other people I speak to. You know, we often have the best intentions, but life seems to rise up in these moments and remind us just how busy we are, how life is busy. And we are in the midst of that busyness. And even if you don't have a family, having delivered beginners mindfulness courses to over 4,000, 5,000 odd people now, it is tough to try and find a time to practice. And it's a lot of the reason why we just end up giving up is around this timekeeping or the essence of time. So why is it so hard to meditate? Well, we've become A-level students, no, professors at being busy. Even if a lot of the busy is procrastinating or ruminating. Now we don't give ourselves much time each week now for leisure as well. We spend a lot of the leisure time too thinking about what needs to be done at work or other things apart from spending some time reflecting on ourselves. And some of us are single parents or looking after the family at home due to this COVID-19. Or some of us are even working day and night just to make ends meet. Actually, it's a bit of an interesting saying that, make ends meet. You know, the true definition of samsara and rebirth is this idea of making ends meet, that we're forever chasing our tail. Now, we are busy people, comparing ourselves to busy people, and we feel guilty when we're not busy doing anything other than working on us, understanding ourselves. And we also have marketing companies dedicated to making us feel lack, making us compare, telling you what you need to be faster and fitter, more beautiful, a better partner, a better parent, better brother, sister, friend. So why is it so hard to meditate? Well, we have a busy mind too. It's a problem-solving metaphorical machine that's been pretty much left to its own devices. And when we eventually stop and breathe and take a moment, it's whirring with everything that we need to do. And also we are forgetful creatures, especially when we're stressed or busy. We always have the best intentions, but we just forget. And then we berate ourselves and feel guilty about not doing these things. And also, one of the reasons why we don't meditate as much as we'd like to is because sometimes when we turn to the practice, it's when life sucks. And if it's really emotional right now and we turn to YouTube or an app seeking gratification or easing our pain, often it doesn't help straight away. It takes time. It takes time and application, really, which at the moment, it's not something we're really taught to do. You know, we live in a society that needs to be fulfilled quickly or we move on. You know, the average YouTube video is watched only for 10 seconds before people have moved on. The average website's even less. And, you know, we judge people within 7 seconds. I mean, that stat is staggering. Now, meditation is the opposite of what our society is breeding at the moment. We just don't have the time to create new habits. We are busy building our empire. We are creatures that need to be stimulated. We need to feel something. Otherwise, we feel like it doesn't work. We want happiness and we think that things will make us happy. And again, this is just a marketing ploy. The idea of more means better myth. Because our brains love to be stimulated. Just look at how we teach kids these days with stimulation type rooms with soft, colourful padding and bright colours. This gets them interested in exploring and learning and engaging in the learning itself. And that's no different to how we are now. You know, we are a clickbait culture, hoping that the next thing we open is the answer to all our worries. And if it's got the right writing and the right picture and the right colour, we instantly get engaged. And often some of the things that I get in meditation when done on our own is that it's boring, which it's true. It is true, but only if you haven't been trained properly. Well, it's certainly a lot more boring than watching the football for those that are new to it, or as my wife might say, reality television. It's even more boring than I laugh because this is one of the informal practices that I grew to love through meditation, which is a little weird, I know, but I like the warmth and the spray and the steam and seeing the nice hung clothes afterwards. There's much more to it now. So as you can see, there are many, many reasons that I hear daily as to why we shouldn't meditate or why we stop. And if these are ringing true to you, I promise you're not alone. Now in the next video, I'm going to point out why we should sit, why millions of people are doing it every day. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and share it. And if you feel others might relate to it, put their name in there or share it to them. It would be hugely incredible and I would be incredibly grateful. But I hope to see you on the next video where we look at why meditation is important. See you soon.